We're going to be talking about the lockout and the 2020 season. How are they similar? And I got some other news and notes going on with the 2020 season. Let's jump into this. What is up, Fin fans? Yes, like I said in my opening, which I tried to make somewhat sense. I don't think I did. I'm going to be talking about the 2011 lockout and how it's kind of similar to what's going on this year. Also, Tom Pelissero came out with tweets, and the NFL sent out a memo kind of addressing what's going to happen this offseason and preseason. So let's jump into this. But before you jump into this, before we jump into this, I'm going live Saturday, 1 p.m. I just want to make sure you guys know. I'm going to put it at the beginning of this video and the beginning of next video. Live Saturday, 1 p.m. You guys, I'm gonna do an open forum type thing. I'm gonna have Vic in with me. He's gonna be my co-host in sorts, and I'm gonna have you guys be able to come in. We could talk, answer your questions, be respectful, or you will get kicked out of it. But I got a nice little fun time planned for you guys Saturday at 1 p.m. going live. So let's jump into this and let's talk about what's going on. So I'm gonna talk about the tweets, and then I'm going to get into the comparison to the 2011 lockout. So first thing I'm going to talk about is that the NFL sent a memo to teams on Sunday, essentially giving them procedures and giving them ideas of how to start to get ready to have your players come back into the facility. Cleaning procedures, distancing, all that stuff. Very vague memo, not giving a definite time of when, but more when we're ready, this is what you need to do. Then Tom Pelissero, I hope I'm saying his name right, tweeted out this on June 8th. He says, no dates set yet and no mini camps expected, but the NFL and NFLPA are discussing the possibility of certain players, such as rookies and veterans who changed teams and need physicals, returning to the club facilities on a limited basis before June 26th, per sources. Why am I talking about that? For one, it gets that ball rolling for bringing people in and doing their thing like chicken wing. But it's a huge impact on the Miami Dolphins, because if you know, it talks about rookies and vets who change teams. The Miami Dolphins had about 10 vets who changed teams, and they have about 12, 13 rookies. Good amount of this team, and undrafted rookies, good amount of this team fits into that criteria. So a lot of our guys are hopefully going to start coming in soon, doing their thing on a limited basis before June 26th. So that's very big, especially for the Miami Dolphins, because we are one of the youngest, if not the youngest NFL team right now. And we are going to have a lot of our guys being able to come in, Van Noy, Byron Jones, and then all our undrafted guys, which two of them still haven't signed. Jackson and I think Hunt. Jackson Hunt, I don't think, and Benigni, I don't think he's signed yet either. I'm going to have to go back and look, but I think the three of them still haven't signed. I think this is what they're waiting for. Have them come in, and then they'll sign. So that's another big tweet. Also, he tweeted out today, literally, it's 12:45. I'm shooting this at 3. About 2 hours ago, he tweeted this. The NFL and the NFLPA are discussing the possibilities of shortening the 2020 preseason, per sources. Nothing finalized or imminent, but multiple team executives informed of talks currently believing they could end up playing 2 preseason games rather than 4, which would make a ton of sense. The teams need to come back, get together, get into shape, get into form, learn the playbook, do all that stuff, which they're doing Zoom meetings for learning the playbook, but you got to run the plays to also learn them. In that aspect, they need more time. Training camp usually starts the end of July. Last year was July 21st when the Miami Dolphins came in. It'll probably be around the same time, July 20th, 21st, 22nd, when teams will start going to training camp. That only gives you about a month and a few weeks until the start of the season. So with this talks, again, when it becomes official, I'll make a video about it becoming official. It's smart to have 2 preseason games. Give them more time to learn the playbooks, give them more time to get into that shape, give them more time to see who fits where and what you can do, and then start the preseason. So the preseason might change. Schedule might change when it comes to the preseason. And I think it should be 1 home game and 1 away game for all 32 teams. Give them that idea, give them that feeling of Everyone deserves to have a home game, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So I feel like that will help having one home and one away game for the preseason. So that is news that came out today and this week. All of this really reminds me of the 2011 lockout. If you guys don't remember that, the CBA was up and there was this whole big fight between the NFLPA, which is the players organization, association organization, and the NFL. They wanted more. They wanted that the NFL was making so much more money than the players were. And they wanted it to be even, especially now with the no two-a-days and all that stuff that had a lot to do with what happened during the lockout. Huge lockout. There was a huge fight between the union and the NFL when it came to a contract, an even contract, a fair contract. It lasted a while. The lockout began on March 12th of 2011. The lockout didn't end until July 25th. And like I said, 2019, the Miami Dolphins started a training camp in July 21st. So you can see they missed out on minicamp, OTAs, all those things. And there's talks that that's not going to happen this year in 2020. And that's where we can look and kind of compare the two. Because 2020, we're already in June. It's already, for me, June 10th, and for you guys, June 10th, because this is coming out right after I shoot this. We're already past that point. This is around the time where the teams take a break. You get about a month, and then you go into training camp. You had your OTAs, you had your rookie mini camp, you had your mini camp. All these things already happened or are starting to end, so you could take your break and go into training camp. Nothing's happening. And like I said, there's talks that it's not going to happen. So you're going into this NFL season just off training camp. Can it hurt? Can it help? In 2011, they had the same thing, but they did play all 4 preseason games. I think the only game that was canceled, was the Hall of Fame game, if I'm correct. So they still played all 4 preseason games, but like I said, they're talking about having only 2 preseason games. And you saw some teams. You saw a huge disparity from certain teams. You had the Green Bay Packers go 15-1. You had 3 playoff teams come out of the AFC North. You had an 8-8 team win the AFC West. NFC North title was won by the New York Giants 9-7. So there was a huge, you saw it. There was not a lot of middle of the pack, especially when it came to certain divisions. So I'm wondering if that's also going to have the same impact this year. Will we have lesser teams win divisions because how bad the division's doing because of the lack of time to train and all that stuff? Also, this was the year that the New York Giants played the New England Patriots again and beat them again. Really interesting to see the similarities, how we're going to go into the 2020 season without any off-season programs besides training camp. Like I said, they had the Zoom meetings, but Zoom meetings can only get you so far to understand something. So it's very, very interesting to me to see the similarities between these two things and to see how will there be an impact, and how are these young teams that have a new head coach, have new offensive coordinators, have new defensive coordinators, how are they going to impact? Because it normally takes about 4 weeks. Once you get a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, you got a new scheme. It normally takes about 4 weeks to get in that groove and to understand it and to build off of it. Is it going to take a little longer? Is it going to take about 6-7 weeks? Is it going to take 8 weeks? So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all pans out with the limited time on the practice field for all of these teams this year. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think about the similarities between the lockout and this year. Do you see there being a huge impact on the play on the field with the lack of off-season programming? Let me know what you guys think about having only 2 preseason games. Let me know what you guys also think about the Miami Dolphins potentially having their guys come in sooner because we're so young and have new players. Be sure to comment below, and I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. This comment comes from Adam Burke, and he says, comment of the day: injuries, we all know it's going to happen. Which player injury would be devastating to the season to make you not want to get involved in the rest of the year, excluding Tua? Ha ha ha. I talked to him and I wanted to understand more about what do you mean by not getting involved? And we came to the agreement that what he's asking me is which injury this year could seriously impact the team and have it kind of fall off the rails. What is the biggest injury that will affect the team? That's hard to say as of right now because I don't know who's going to be leading impactors on the team. Like I can't see like, oh, Fitzpatrick, because we don't know. Josh Rosen might be the better quarterback, or Tua, or we might have two capable quarterbacks that it doesn't really matter who gets injured. Offensive line, I don't know who the stud is. It's not like we could say Laramie Tunsil. We'd be screwed because he's not. We don't know what Austin Jackson's going to do. When it comes to the defensive side, I'd have to say Byron Jones. If Byron Jones or Kyle Van Noy go down, I think the defense will be seriously impacted. Especially because we don't know if Xavier Howard can stay healthy and if Xavier Howard can do his thing. So yeah, I would probably have to say the two injuries that will probably affect and hurt the team, especially on the defensive front, would probably be Byron Jones and Kyle Van Noy. Just because of the leadership Kyle Van Noy is going to bring and how good Byron Jones is and how good he will be if he's on the field, and he needs to stay on the field. So those are my two answers for that. But other than that, that is the video. Like I said, guys, be sure to comment below. I'm really interested to see what you guys think about the ideas that they have for the only 2 training camps and all that stuff. Be sure to comment below. Also, be sure to go follow me on Twitter. I got a ton of tweets. Like I said, as soon as news broke, I tweeted it. I break it out. And I also can interact with you guys a little bit quicker, a little bit faster on Twitter. So be sure to go over, check out my Twitter and my Instagram. Check out the Bit Boys, putting out a new video today. So if you go over there and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Other than that, give this video a thumbs up. You like the content, you like the breaking news type stuff, you like the other stuff. I also want to know, again, if you guys want me to break down divisions and talk about who I think will win the division. So be sure to comment below and also give this a thumbs up if you want me to go in that aspect of it. Other than that, check out DolphinsTalk.com. Great site. All your Dolphins needs is over there. So be sure to go over, check it out. Hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'll be live Saturday, 1 p.m. Going to do a little bit of an open forum. Going to try to have some of you guys come on and chat with me and Vic. So be sure to, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when I'm live Saturday, 1 p.m. Other than that, I will see you guys Friday with my next video. I have a bunch of videos planned. Got a bunch of videos planned. So I'll see you guys Friday. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.